Dogecoin has been on an absolute tear over the past month and a half. But how much higher can it rise? Well, in today's video, you and I are going to be reading through an article discussing year-end price targets and why you could see a double-digit price tag for Dogecoin in the future. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Dogecoin's big question. How far can its price rise by year's end? Dogecoin continues to keep investors on edge with its evolving price dynamics. Trading at 45 cents as of December 5th, which is yesterday, at the time of this recording at least, the meme coin has surged by an impressive 450% from its annual low. That would have been a nice gain if you put some money in. That's where you want to mortgage the rent. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't do that. Not advice. This rally has brought Doge's market capitalization to over $65 billion, making it one of the top contenders in the crypto space. The query that is on everyone's mind is straightforward. Is this simply the calm before the storm? Analysts appear to concur. Fascinating. Symptoms of a potential breakout. People are drawing parallels to earlier accumulation cycles in Dogecoin's price action, which has been consolidating for 21 days along an important green trend line. Ooh, the green trend line. According to market watchers, the most recent major cycle broke out following 25 days of relatively unchanged trading patterns. Doge might be setting up for another massive spike if past events are any indication. You can see this little chart right here. You have this big spike up, boom, and then this just steady, steady, steady. Yeah, you have this little pop up, and then it comes back down. A little pop up, down. Yeah, just steady, steady, steady. So we're looking at world of charts, getting ready for another bullish wave, formed bullish pennant, expecting another 20 to 25% after successful breakout. I can see it. Dogecoin moves quick, and it makes sense. It is a bullish pennant, so I can see it. Now, it could also just come crashing down because markets are very tricky, but I don't mind the prediction. And then here we go, another world of charts post. We were able to catch Doge at the bottom with target $1, running in 300% profit so far. This is how we catch best trades with experience and spending thousands of hours on charts. Okay, I don't necessarily like that very much. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I spent thousands of hours in front of charts, we're up 300% in profit. Yeah, what about the losers? What about the losers? They don't tell you about the losers. They don't tell you about the fact that maybe they're just getting lucky. They don't tell you about that. Not to hate on World of Charts. I don't know World of Charts. Maybe he's really that good. But by and large, investing is not so cut and dry. Let's continue, though. The ongoing Bitcoin rally is further exacerbating this speculation. Bitcoin has recently surpassed a significant $100,000 threshold, which has reignited interest in the cryptocurrency market. In the past, Dogecoin has exhibited a propensity to emulate Bitcoin's movements, frequently participating in the tidal surge of heightened institutional interest and market enthusiasm. Doge important updates. I've overlaid the Doge chart with the previous cycle. When it first interacted with the green trend line, we're back to the green trend line. Sounds pretty enticing to me. On the current cycle for comparison. In the previous cycle, it took 25 days of consolidation before a significant breakout occurred. That's what they discussed above. You can see here, green trend line. Boo, 21 days. This was 25 days. And then boom, we go up to this orange trend line right here. A little consolidation into the zone. And then boom, up again. Which that would be a pretty significant gain right there. That would be pretty nice. Greed in whales, a recipe for action. Whale activity also indicates that Dogecoin may not be finished yet. Based on recent data, major holders transferred more than $3 million in Doge in a single day, suggesting that accumulation is ongoing. This is consistent with the current state of the crypto fear and greed index, which currently sits at 85, firmly within the extreme greed zone. The altcoin season index is consistently increasing, reflecting the equally optimistic broader market sentiment. During periods of market exuberance, investors are increasingly focused on meme coins such as Dogecoin, recognizing them as high-risk, high-reward investments. There is a lot of conjecture surrounding Dogecoin's future price objective. Based on past data, seasoned traders have set ambitious profit zones between $10 and $30, while some analysts predict that it will soon approach the psychological level of $1. Here we go. That's a little bit more reasonable. However, not all forecasts are overly optimistic. Okay. A mild estimate which projects that Doge's price will drop by 5.76% to 41 cents approximately by early 2025 reflects the volatility of the cryptocurrency market. Despite this, Dogecoin has had 63% of the trading days in the last month that have been favorable, which helps to reinforce its position as a strong competitor in the altcoin market. Dogecoin's capacity to transition between times of consolidation and whale-driven activity makes it a coin to keep a constant watch on. Regardless of whether it reaches new highs or falls, its ongoing story will continue to captivate cryptocurrency enthusiasts throughout the world. So how high could Doge go? Now the question is, before the year ends, how high may Dogecoin rise? Everything appears feasible given its past propensity to startle the markets in a present backdrop of great investor mood. Although $1 is the immediate psychological aim, like we previously discussed, if market conditions match bold predictions, suggest profit zones between $10 and $30 are not totally out of reach. They say that's one of the most fascinating narratives in the cryptocurrency field. I would agree. I would say that's a very fascinating thing. Now let's discuss a few things here. First and foremost, 85 on the Fear and Greed Index. That is pretty wild. Now the thing is, 85, you may say, oh, well, if it's out of 100, we're pretty close to 100. That means it's time to sell. Not quite. Not at least in my opinion. I think we still have a little bit to go. I think it's time to sell once you get to 93 or 94. Maybe 95 if you want to push it. But you can get into the 90s and still hold the bag if you want. That's my opinion, not financial advice. If you were to sell at 85, wouldn't blame you because it is extremely greedy out here right now. You can see it on TradingView with these traders talking about this and this and this. They're all greedy as shit. Both the shorts and the longs, both the bears and the bulls, they're both greedy. The shorts are like, oh yeah, we're going to drop this thing down to 50K in reference to Bitcoin. We're going to drop this thing down to 30K. They're greedy too because they want to make a ton of money on the downside. The bulls are like, we're going to 250 immediately. Greedy, 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 greedy. And what do they say about greediness? Well, Warren Buffett always says that whenever people are extremely greedy, we need to be extremely cautious. And in my eyes, there's still a long way to go. I think $1, or rather $1, is fairly reasonable for Dogecoin. I think you could see it hit that mark before 2025, if not early 2025. I think you could see it hit multiple dollars in this cycle if the liquidity gets pumped in, if the narrative is there, and if this has enough runtime. You could see it hit multiple dollars. I don't know if 10 to 30 is really in play. Maybe you don't want to throw anything out in crypto because anything is possible. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that you don't want to put a cap on gains because really you might just get blown out of the water, especially if you're trying to short. Anything really is possible, but I think you could hit $1 and then multiple dollars moving into 2025 if the liquidity is pumped in, if the narrative is there, etc. But as a prudent investor, or at least somebody who's trying to be a prudent investor, I don't know how good I am at it yet because time has to tell. I'm only 26. I would say that it's probably wise to have a little bit of dry powder right now, to not be all in, to still wade into the water slowly but surely. Because even though this can go up a lot more, the biggest thing I always come back to is that if there's one thing I know about human beings studying psychology for a decade, it's that very few people, if any, are going to make it to the end of this crypto cycle. Not this one, but I'm talking about in 10, 20 years. These people that are making money today, they're not going to make it to the end. Their psychology will come back to bite them. It happens all the time. And that's why I always say that I don't think there's this big plan to rug pull the crypto market in bankrupt retailers. Because I think the retailers are going to do it themselves. I just don't think human beings are very good at managing their emotions when it comes to money. I think they're always trying to squeeze more juice out of the lemon when maybe it's best to just take some chips off the table, even if you sacrifice some gains in the short to medium term. So with that being said, of course, do your own research, wade in with the money that's comfortable with you, pick the projects that are comfortable to you, do your own due diligence. None of this is financial advice. I'm just discussing my own thoughts. This is what I'm thinking of. I think it's imprudent to be out of the market right now because even though you're at 85 on the Fear Greed Index, it could go to 98. And you could miss a lot because in that 13 upswing in terms of the Fear and Greed Index, that's where a lot of the gains are made because it's a big melt up at the top. So you could miss a lot of money. But at the same time, if you're all in, you're probably going to get wiped. Or even if you're in too much, you're probably going to get wiped and you're probably going to be depressed and you're probably going to be completely turned off by crypto and then you ruined it all. So be prudent, be wise, do your own research. Do not take my advice. Do not take anybody's advice. Learn from people, take what you like, leave what you don't, and recognize that this is on you and you don't want to fuck this up. But let me know what you think there. Let me know where you think Dogecoin is heading in 2024 and 2025. Do you hold it? Are you buying? Are you selling? What's going on? I want to hear from you. With that being said, if you gained value out of this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Much love, peace. This is the New Da Vinci. Have a blessed day or evening, whatever time it is for you.